Hello everyone. I hope that you are enjoying good health. In this lab, we shall learn how to install Robot Operating System or ROS. For Robot Operating System installation, we need Ubuntu as an operating system. And we shall install Ubuntu in a virtual environment using VirtualBox. So first we need to install VirtualBox. You can just go to this website. It's called virtualbox.org. So you can just Google it, and after that you click here, download. Once you will click here, then depending upon the operating system on your laptop or PC, you can download. For me it was Windows host, so I downloaded this one. Version is 6.1.18. Okay, so I have already downloaded it and also installed it. After downloading, you have to install it. And meanwhile, you can also start downloading Ubuntu. So Ubuntu is actually operating system, just like Windows, but it is free, it is open source. You can go to this website, ubuntu.com, or just Google Ubuntu download, and you have to download this Ubuntu 20.04 LTS version, and then just click download. Its size is around 3 gigabytes, so it will take some time. Okay, meanwhile it's downloading, we shall install this. The previous we have downloaded VirtualBox. So VirtualBox is a software that will create a virtual hard disk on your computer, on your laptop, and in this virtual hard disk, in this virtual environment, it will install this new operating system, okay, Ubuntu. So let's see. So here I have already installed it after downloading, and just double click it. Okay, so here now I shall add the new, I shall click this new one. It will ask me about the name of your new. I shall write here Ubuntu 20, or you can write any name you want. Okay, and this is the folder that it asks you where you want to store this new operating system. Okay, so you can store it anywhere. So I shall change the its installation address, and I shall give it, I want to install it on the D drive, and the folder is Ubuntu 20. The other options is Linux. Let it be like this, because this Ubuntu 20 version, this is a Linux based operating system, and it's also 64-bit. So now I shall press the next button. So here it will ask you about the RAM you want to allocate to your this new virtual operating system. So preferably I shall give it near about 2 gigabytes of RAM. So okay, if it's not, it should be on the green line. Okay, you see this green area starting from here, 4 MB to 1970 MB. So I shall give it somewhere near 2 gigabytes. So it depends upon, if you have more RAM on your computer, then you can give also maybe 3 gigabytes also. but I shall give it near 2 gigabytes. So now it's exactly 1.9 gigabytes actually. And I think it's on the green area. Yes, it's on the green area. So just press next after that. Okay, so here we have a hard disk drive. So what type of hard disk drive you want to create here? Create a virtual hard disk now. You have to select this second option. Okay, and the recommended size, it says that it should be 10 gigabytes, but we shall make it around 25 to 30 gigabytes. Okay, because later if we want to install some additional programs, so then it will be easier. Okay, so now it says that hard disk file type. Please choose the type of file that you would like to use for the new virtual hard disk. Okay, what type of it says that what type of file you have for your new hard disk. So we shall select this first one, virtualbox disk image. Okay, the other two they're not concerned. So just select the first one and then press next. Okay, so now it says that what type of storage you want to create. Either is it dynamically allocated or fixed one. So let's make it fixed. Select the second option. Okay, now here it asks about the size of your hard disk actually. So make it like 30 gigabytes. $29.94 gigabytes. So this will be your fixed hard drive. So I have created this hard drive, and then press create. So it will take some time to create your fixed hard drive. The reason that previously in the previous experiment I used this dynamically allocated hard drive, but the speed was slow. So this time I'm trying this other option, the fixed one, and I hope that the speed will be better. So now it says that almost 13 minutes remaining. I shall pause the video here recording, and as soon as it's finished I shall again resume it. Okay, after creating this fixed virtual hard disk drive, so now you can see that in my virtual machine or my virtual box, there is this on the left side we have this Ubuntu 20. Now this is my virtual operating system. Okay, it's not installed yet. I need to install it. So how can I install it? By pressing this start button. And by the way, you can see here the properties, the physical and properties of this virtual operating system. It has memory around 2 gigabytes, and then it has 30 gigabytes of my hard drive, fixed hard drive, and then audio, USB, other controllers are built in, so you don't need to install them separately. What you need to do, just click here and then press the start. So now what will happen, it will start this virtual environment using this virtual machine, VirtualBox software. And in this virtual environment, it will create a virtual computer with virtual hard disk. Okay, so now you remember that previously we have downloaded, parallel to the VirtualBox software, we downloaded our actual operating system. It's called Ubuntu. So we downloaded it, and if your download is complete, now it's time to connect this Ubuntu with your VirtualBox software. So from here you can do that. You just have to click here, okay, and then you have to press add, and here I have downloaded it. So this is my download is complete. This is around 3 gigabytes, and this is disk image file, and I have to connect this one with my VirtualBox. So now it is connected. Now you just click it and press choose, and then I shall press start. When I press start, then it will start installing this Ubuntu operating system on the virtual hard drive. Now the installation is started. It's same like how you install Windows on your new laptop. Okay, so this is a new virtual laptop, this one, and in this virtual laptop we have a virtual hard drive, virtual RAM, and now I'm installing another operating system on this virtual machine. Okay, it will take some time, and I shall pause the recording here. So the installation is in progress, and you can see here there are some messages like auto captured keyboard and the mouse. So it means that this new operating system, it has built-in drivers for your mouse and keyboard and other sound or USB drive. So you don't need to actually install separate drivers. So you can just close these messages and then just wait for this installation to finish. One more thing that I should like to discuss is that during my previous experiment, the one we did on the Zoom, with the Zoom meeting. So after installation, I noticed that it was very slow. Okay, and then I came to know that the speed can be, theoretically the speed can be improved. And how it can be improved, you just have to select some different types of here the different types of parameters. So depending upon your computer, so you can select them according to your, which suits you better, which suits your computer better. For example, if your computer is slow, responding slow, you can try to increase your RAM maybe. Or here, see that only one CPU is used by this VirtualBox, but we can use two because my laptop has 4 CPUs, so only one is used by this my virtual computer, but I can give it 2 also. Okay, then it is expected that the speed will increase. And here, execution capacity, now it's 100%. So it says that limits the amount of time that each virtual CPU is allowed to run for. Each virtual CPU will be allowed to use up to this percentage of processing time available on one physical CPU. The execution cap can be disabled by setting it to 100%. Setting the cap too low can make the machine feel slow to respond. Okay, so now we are using like 100% of the capacity, but if it's less, then yes, your machine will be slow. So okay, is it still installation going on, or what's going on here? Okay, let's wait for it a little bit. Maybe it will ask something. Then we have display settings here. Okay, I think we just close it a little bit. Okay, here you can select language. Just by default English you can select. You can select any other language also, Spanish or whatever you like. So I shall select English only. And then there are two options here. One is try Ubuntu and second is install Ubuntu. So I shall select install Ubuntu here. And try Ubuntu means it will not be installed. If you press try Ubuntu, then you can just test the user interface, but there will be no installation. Again, you have to select your keyboard layout, and mine one is English. You can select your one and press continue. Okay, now here we have options like normal installation, minimal installation. Just select the normal one, which is by default. And then we have here download updates while installing Ubuntu. Yes, it will save time. Install third-party software for graphics and Wi-Fi hardware and additional media formats. This software is subject to license terms included with its documentation. Okay, so I shall leave it like this. Just press continue. So it still seems slow, and the reason is I think that I should have given it. Okay. The reason is I forgot to give here two CPUs here. For example, in the processor, now only one CPU is working. And that's why it feels like your virtual computer feels like slow. So after installation, once the installation is complete, then I can change this option. I will make it 2, and then let's see if the speed is better. Okay, the next, during installation process, the next option it gave you is erase disk and install Ubuntu. Yes, erase disk. This means that it's your virtual fixed hard disk. Okay, the one you have created 30 gigabytes. So there is already nothing on this hard disk. So yeah, so just select this option and then when you press install now the actual installation process begin. If you continue, the changes listed below will be written to the disk. Yes, that's what we wanted. Just press here continue. So here you can select your time zone. Just find your location. For example, in Pakistan, just click here and then this will be your time zone and press continue. So once this installation is complete, in this step you have to give some name to this virtual computer, and then you have to also give a strong password. And then here you can press this login automatically. Otherwise, every time it will ask you about this password thing. And then press continue. Okay, now it has started copying the files onto your hard drive, onto your virtual fixed hard drive. It will take some time, around half an hour. So meanwhile, I shall pause the video, and when something new comes, something different comes, then I shall resume the video, okay? So after about half an hour, this installation is complete. So now the Ubuntu operating system is installed on our virtual computer or the virtual hard drive. And now it says that you need to restart your computer. So when it says restart your computer, it means the virtual computer, this one here, within the VirtualBox, not your actual Windows computer, okay? So this you need to be careful. So you can restart, or what I shall like to do is to just close this one here and then turn off it, because I want to start it manually. So what I want to do is I want to power it off. And when it is power off, I shall just go here on my VirtualBox manager, and then in the settings I need to change the CPU from 1 to 2. Now I cannot do that because Ubuntu is already running. But once the Ubuntu is closed, then this option will be visible. You can change it here, this one. But now it's not working. If it's stuck down, you can also try this one. Shut down from your virtual machine also. And get power off. Let's see what else we can improve to. The machine settings were changed while you were editing them. You currently have unsaved setting changes. Okay, we have here. Please remove installation medium and press enter. Okay. Okay, so now it's power off. Our virtual operating system is power off, and now we can change its settings. Go to system and then processor and change the processor from 1 to 2. So now we have 2 processors to process our virtual operating system. And in the display here, the video memory is 16 megabytes, and make it like 64 megabytes. And what else you can do is okay, let it be like this. The disk, you don't need to change anything. Later, if we have some more problems regarding graphics, we shall also later change this one maybe. But for now, it's okay. We shall start our virtual machine again. Just press start. And so there are some errors, but I think they're not that serious errors. Now this is my virtual computer. So this is another computer within my original computer, or you can say an operating system within Windows. So why we did all this stuff, why we created a virtual machine or a virtual computer, is because you can install Ubuntu directly on your computer also. Instead of Windows, you can install Ubuntu. Or there is also an option that you can install Ubuntu and Windows side by side. So when you turn off your computer, it will give you 2 options. Either you want to log in into your Windows operating system, or you want to log in into Ubuntu. So yeah, it can also be installed in this way. But I preferred installing it in a virtual machine because it's new, especially for you students. It's a new thing, and if you install it like not correctly, then there is no problem. You just delete your virtual computer and everything will be fine. So you will not lose any important data. But if you install it physically, permanently on your computer, then if things didn't go as planned, then there might be some problem. So I just want to avoid them. But once you get used to this Ubuntu and command-based operating system, then I think you are free to install on your laptop parallel to your Windows, because Ubuntu is open source, it's free, and it's also very interesting to. Okay, the next steps are you want to create an account, no, just skip it. Next. Okay, what was here? Send system info to canonical. Okay. Location services. You can turn them on or you can turn them off. So I shall turn it off. Now done. So now this is virtual computer or virtual machine. And in this virtual machine, I have installed Ubuntu. And now what I'm gonna do is let's try to make it bigger, full screen. Even you see that this full screen, this is also not working. It has a limited size. So there is a solution to this problem. Just press Ctrl+C and go back to this. You cannot see now the proper VirtualBox icons or user interface. Just press again right control and C. Now you see that these are all other options available. So we can make it bigger, of course. We can make this screen bigger. One way is to do that. You have to go to devices and then just insert this guest edition seed image. So it will require some steps and then you have to restart your Ubuntu and then you can make it, the screen will be bigger. So what I'm afraid is that because when the screen is bigger, then it might make the Ubuntu slower also because it's in the VirtualBox. But right now you can see I can see that the speed is below average. It's not bad, but for VirtualBox it's okay speed. But last time when I installed it, it was very bad because it was only one processor, very less RAM also, so it was terrible. Okay, so now we have our operating system is ready. Now we shall start installing ROS. I hope that these the commands will be visible. For example, you just have to go to roswiki.org. Let's type here wikiros.org. wiki.ros. Okay, wiki.ros.org. Okay, this is in German language. We have to find the English one. wiki.ros.org. Okay. wiki.ros.org. Is there a spelling mistake or what's going on here? Okay, this is their official website for ROS, Robot Operating System. And here you can see you have introduction, how to install it, how to get started, and there are tutorials. And this is also free free to download, free to install, and open source also. So what I shall like to do is that first we because the commands might be, it looks smaller for you to what shall I like to do is to first insert this guest edition CD image to make it the screen bigger so you can clearly see what's going on. To be automatically started, would you like to run it? So just run this one, press the run button, then you have to give your password, and authenticate. So it will now install some additional things and then it will restart. So again, what I did is just go to this VirtualBox user interface, press devices, and then you have to click this one, insert guest edition CD image. Okay, and now it will ask you to run. You have to then press the run button, and then you have to give the password, and then it started to install some additional modules or software. And after the installation is finished, you need to restart your computer, restart your virtual computer, so that after that you can make it bigger, larger. This system is currently not set up to build kernel modules. Please install the GCC make Perl packages from the distribution. VirtualBox Guest Edition. Running kernel modules will not be replaced until the system is restarted. Press return to close this window. Okay, so yes, now it's time to restart your computer. I shall just power off. So your virtual computer will now be power offed. And once it's power offed, then we shall, I want to make one more change here in the display. I want to make the memory 128 megabytes video memory, because now we wanted to make a bigger screen, larger screen. So I think that to make it more fast, we needed more memory. So this is my guess. So let's start it once again. Let's turn on our virtual computer, and this time it should be a big screen. The keyboard and the mouse are automatically detected. You can just close this message. Okay, so it's being starting, initializing, and it takes some time. Normally it doesn't take some time. If you install directly Ubuntu on your computer, it's pretty much fast than Windows, what I have noticed. But in virtual computer, it gets slower because the resources are half. So now your computer, your laptop has to run 2 operating systems in parallel. So on one side it's running your Windows normal, and then it's also running this Ubuntu operating system. So that's why the speed is slow, because the RAM is now half, the processor is half, the resources are half, and that's why it's slower. Okay, now our virtual computer is ready, and you can see it's still small, and if you want to make it bigger, just go to View and press the full screen mode, and then press Switch. Okay, again it's not showing again press right Control and C and press Switch. I shall do one more time. Control C. We need to once again power off this thing, and I think we need to change some additional settings in here. So once again go to the settings and then go to display, and here graphics controller, instead of this VMS VGA, you have to select this third one, VBOX SVGA. Okay, it says invalid settings detected. Okay, if we select the first one, invalid settings detected. Okay, I will just select the third one. Okay, select the third one and press anyways. Okay, and then restart your virtual computer. Okay, so now I have logged into my virtual computer, and it's a small screen, and let's try this time the full screen mode. Yes, so now it works. So you just have to change your graphics controller settings in your VirtualBox user interface. So if you want to go back to your scaled mode, just press the right Control and C on your keyboard and then press Switch. Now it's a small screen again. So what I did here is just you have to go to settings, then display, and then here this graphics controller, you have to select a third one, VirtualBox SVGA. Okay, now it's not visible because it's already running. This machine is Ubuntu is already running, but once you power off, then this option you can change it here and then restart your operating system. Okay, so now it's installed. So to make it bigger, press Control C, press Switch. Okay, now it's 100%. Okay, we have this virtual operating system ready, and here you can install your now robot operating system. the speed is, again, it's not that satisfying, but so you need two things. This robot operating system, just a brief introduction. What is a robot operating system? Robot operating system is an open source software that is used to simulate and control and communicate with robots. It is an operating system specially designed for robots. So first you need to know what is an operating system and what are the advantages of operating system. So you see that in your laptop you have Windows operating system. So what's the function of Windows is that it can communicate directly with your additional hardware. For example, it can communicate, it has inbuilt drivers for your mouse, your sound card, your keyboard, USB, and many other things. So you don't need to install drivers for each and everything. And what else Windows can do is that in this operating system helps you to install new programs. Okay, and then it can also be used to manage the files on your hard disk, and much more things you can do that. So similarly, in similar way, this robot operating system, it is specifically made for robots. So it means that it has inbuilt drivers to communicate with robots. For example, it has drivers to communicate with Arduino. It has drivers to communicate with your Lego, Mindstorms, NXT, or EV3. It has also lets you to install additional software related to robotics, and it also helps you to manage your files on your hard disk and execute those files. So yeah, so you can say it as a operating system. Additionally, what it offers that it has built-in simulators that can be used to simulate robots, or also it can also has some visualization software that can be used to visualize your robots. So now let's install this robot operating system. Just press the install button, and here you shall see 3 of them. Let's install this latest one, ROS Noetic. And since now your operating system is Ubuntu, so you have to select this one, Ubuntu. So installation is command based. So you have to copy and paste these commands in the terminal of this Ubuntu. Same like in Windows, you have this command prompt where you enter the commands, and in Windows you don't use it often, but in Ubuntu it's often used. It's especially for ROS, this is totally command based. There are no icons or user interface. So this is one of the disadvantage of ROS, that it's totally command based. You have to learn commands, you have to write a lot of commands for each step. Yeah, this is one of the disadvantages. Advantages, I already told you that it is open source. It has a lot of community where you can, and also very good documentation. We have seen that each and every step is written clearly, how to install it, how to use it. Yes. So we have to copy paste this command, and for that we need terminal. Just press your application area and type here terminal. So this is terminal where you can enter your commands. Okay, I shall now minimize it. On one side I have this. So yeah, so what I need to do is maybe I shouldn't do it like this way, so it's more visible clearly. Yes, it looks better for me. Okay, so we start the installation process. This is our first command, and it says that configure your Ubuntu repositories to allow restricted universe and multiverse. Okay, for this 1.1, for this configuration, you have to allow here the restricted universe and multiverse. For that, you need to go to your applications, and here you have to press Ubuntu software. Press this one, and it should open some kind of window, because this is Ubuntu actually itself is a user interface. It supports also user interface, most of things. It looks like quite slow. Okay, so yes, here I made a mistake. So you have to just follow this link at first, okay? Press this one, follow the Ubuntu guide. And the mistake was, okay, first here. So you have to search for this thing in the application. It's called software and updates. Go to your applications and then type here software and updates. So this one, you have to press this one here, and then you shall see this type of window here. And now we shall see what we need to change here. So it says that okay, to click maybe here, source code. You have to remember your password. The 4 main repositories, main, universal, restricted, multiverse. The option to install from CD-ROM may be selected or deselected from this window. other software tabs. So okay, this one here, enabling canonical partner repositories. So you have to enable here also this in the second tab here. You have to enable the first one. What else? Okay, you have to select this in the other software tab. You have to select this first option, and then after that just press the close. Okay, close this one. The information about available software is out of date. You need a working internet connection. Okay, reload. So now it will refresh your cache because you have now included additional canonical sources. So now it will refresh everything. Okay, so now this thing is complete. Go back to your ROS installation page. This command number 1.1, this step number 1.1 is complete. And now you have to follow 1.2. Set up your sources list. Just copy paste the command from here and paste it in the terminal. And then press enter. You have to give your password. Okay, this is success. And then 1.3 step says you have to set up your keys. Again, copy paste this command and paste it in your terminal. So this is also success. Then there is an alternative command. You just skip it. You don't need this. Just go directly to 1.4 installation. First you need to copy paste this command to update your system. It will take some time. So it's success. After that you update. Now this command will actually start installing ROS. Just copy paste this command. And now the installation will start. So you have to select this first one. We have other options also. For example, this desktop install, like with some minimal tools. Okay, keep in mind it will ask you some questions. So you have to continue. It says, do you want to continue? Yes or no. You have to press Y and then press enter. So now the installation has actually started. It will say it takes some time depending upon the processing power and your internet connection. So for me, I think it will be about 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, so yes, we use this full installation, the first command here only. The other two commands are for less installation with less packages. We don't need that. Only use the first command for installation. And then after that, we directly go to step number 1.5, environment setup. So let the installation complete. I shall pause the video here, recording, and then once it's complete, I shall begin again. Okay, so here the installation of the ROS is finished. If I show you the command here, so we followed these commands here, and this was our last command we used for installation of ROS. We shall skip these two commands, and also we don't need these also. Then we go to the step number 1.5, which is the environment setup. So we have now installed ROS. Now we need to make some configurations so that we can work with it easily. So you must source this script in every bash terminal you use ROS in. So once you open this terminal, so every time you have to tell this terminal that where your ROS is located. How you can do that? You have to copy and paste this command. Okay, so in the environment setup, we shall copy this command and paste it in our terminal, so that our terminal knows that where the ROS is located. So this is success. So every time we open this terminal, a new terminal, for example, if I open a second time, then I have to again tell the ROS by typing this command every time. So to fix this problem, they have mentioned these two commands. So if you copy and paste these two commands, which are the bash commands, then the terminal will automatically know that where the ROS is located. So just copy and paste and then press enter. And then the second command here, copy and paste and then press enter. So now every time you open the terminal, you don't have to type this command, this above one. Using these two lower commands, it is automatically assigned where the ROS is located. Okay, so next we shall go for command number 1.6, dependencies for building packages. So we need this command here. We need some thing to build the packages. Packages are the softwares in the software programs in the ROS. So just copy paste and then press enter, and then it asks you for password. Give the password here, and then you shall see that it asks do you want to continue. I will press Y and then enter. So now it's downloading this package, and it's 16.9 megabytes. So there are some errors also, but I think they are minor errors, so they are ignorable. So now the installation has been started. You see the resemble this installation and downloading process resembles with a little bit with Windows also. First, it downloads a package or a program, and then it unpacks this package, and then it starts to actually install or copy this package into your hard drive. So the only thing is, it's because it's command based, so everything you have to do by yourself manually. Okay, once this installation is finished, then we shall use this command 1.6.1 to initialize the ROS deep, and after that these two, they will be the final. So we have only 3 commands left. I think one more on the next page. On the ROS tutorials, we have one more command. But till here, if our ROS core works, so it means that ROS is successfully installed and it's working. So I shall pause this video recording because I think it's taking, okay, success, so I don't need to pause it. Yes, so now this command was successful, and now 1.6.1 initialize. I need to copy and paste this command here and then press enter. This was quick. And then the next command with the following, you can initialize ROS deep. So this command I shall copy paste here. I hope that it's a quick, yes, updated. Okay, now paste. So it will update some packages, or see, it goes at this website and then it downloads some packages. So these are the old versions of ROS. Kinetic, and then melodic, hydro, indigo, lunar. So they are all, and this is our version here, noetic. But it has also, I think, downloaded some packages from the previous versions also. Okay, so now it's up to till here. Our installation is complete. I think we might need some few more commands which are on the next page in the tutorial. But let's see whether the ROS is working or not. So to test it whether your ROS is working or not, you just have to type ROS core, ROSCORE. So this is the main command to run the ROS. So yes, it's working. So it's a success. So it means our ROS is working now. So you see that I have typed this command, which is like in Windows, when you want to run some program, you double click on its icon. So but here you have to type this ROS core. So it will start the core service of ROS. And then there is a couple of messages. If you want to stop it, you have to press Ctrl and C. And then it says, okay, it's my computer name, virtual computer name, and then this ROS distribution version we have here. So this is a master node, yes. So if this node is there, it means ROS is running. So this is a master node for ROS, and the other nodes will be subscriber nodes. Okay, so other node, for example, if there is a node for let's say Arduino or NXT EV3, they will be subscriber nodes. And process master started, so it means ROS has successfully started. And this is the okay, so yeah, if you want to cancel it, you have to press Control and C. See, now the ROS is shut down. So this is how you shut down, so you close any program in the Windows. For example, you press this close button, cross button, and the program is closed. So yes, so we have successfully installed ROS, and so next time we shall see some examples and how to do some useful stuff in the ROS. And we shall see, we shall start with a simple example of a tally operation of a small turtle using keyboard. So thank you very much.